Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Good. Erika, you look so tired. Yeah, you look so tired.
But can we do it on Thursdays, the test? Do we have more?
No, the only time I have is Tuesday. Yeah. No problem. Okay, so reminder, your makeup is next week, Tuesday. I'm going to tell you the location tomorrow. And it will be from 12:30 to 1:45 in a different classroom. Not here. 12:30. 12:30 to 1:45 next week, Tuesday. And then your last in-class exam will be December 4. So today we have a class, tomorrow we have a class, next week we have a class on Tuesday, including your makeup exam. Then Thursday, Friday, there is no school. And when you come back, we are going to come back on December 2nd, Tuesday. And then your next exam will be December 4th, Thursday.
When's our last?
December 4th.
And then here's the fun.
Final exam is on 17th. Come on, what's wrong with this? Come on. Dad.
I got you. Well, this is your seven.
Okay, on our last class, we started using derivative implicit differentiation or derivative on monetary issues like revenue. When you have a revenue, its derivative is marginal revenue. When you have a cost function, its derivative is marginal cost. When you have a profit function, its derivative is profit, marginal profit. And we also mentioned for the revenue, it's X times price per item. And if you don't have price per item, then it's demand per item. So X times demand or X times price. Today we are going to use derivative on different scenario, like in the velocity, speed, those issues. So speed and velocity are the same. In physics, from physics point of view, velocity and speed, they're same, right? Because we know speed is distance over time, so is the velocity, distance over time. Now, what is velocity? Velocity also has another definition. It's the derivative of your displacement. Average velocity, it's the slope of the secant line, which is average rate of change. So if you see only the word velocity, it means derivative of the displacement. But if you see the word average velocity, average means it takes the average of whatever you have. So it's the slope. So you have to use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or you can use if you are taking the average velocity or average rate of change on something on average rate of change, not this, average rate of change on an interval, let's say from A to B. This is same as f of B minus f of A divided by B minus A. This is same as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the word average tells us the slope of a line. But when you don't have an average, only the velocity is the derivative of your displacement. I mean, how much distance you crossed, the velocity is its derivative. And then we have another word, instantaneous rate of change. Instantaneous rate of change is also derivative. It's the slope of the tangent line, which is the derivative. So if you see only velocity, it's derivative. If you see instantaneous rate of change, this is also derivative. These two mean the same thing, it's derivative. The only different thing is average rate of change. Average rate of change is same as average velocity, which is just the slope of the secant line. Means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, when you find the instantaneous rate of change, either you can use the definition of the derivative, or you can use the shortcut methods we learned, power rule, quotient rule, those things. It's up to you which method you want to use. So the bottom line, instantaneous rate of change, velocity, derivative, all three things are same. Average rate of change is same as average velocity. It's the slope of the line, slope of the secant line. So that's what you have to remember in this section. Not in this section, on this topic. Now, based on this information, we solve different types of questions. Sometimes they are in the calculator part, sometimes they are in the non-calculator part. So depending on where you have them, you stop at a certain point. For example, this question is in the calculator portion. It says find average rate of change. Anytime you see the word average, it means the normal slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we have a function 3 over square root of x, and we are finding its average rate of change on the interval 3 to 8. So first we are going to find what is f of 8, and then what is f of 3. These are our y value. So this is y2 and this is y1. So we get 3 over square root of 8 and 3 over square root of 3. So average rate of change, we represent that by ARC, average rate of change is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So in other words, it's 3 over square root of 8 minus 3 over square root of 3, whole thing divided by 8 minus 3. And then you go to the calculator, find out how much is this. You can use phone. Did you bring the calculator? See, you didn't even bring it and you're talking.
I'm gonna bring tomorrow.
Okay, then talk tomorrow.
No, So I use it for at home and I've got screen.
So since you don't have the calculator, you can use your phone. Find how much is this, find how much is that.
Wait, hold on. It's PI84.
It's allowed, but easier is TA89. Not easier, like it's hard to use TA89, but it makes your life easier. If you know how to use it, your life is easier. Ruby, your exam. Give me the decimal.
Oh,
Calculator means decimal, okay? You're working with the decimal.
that's probably 1.06066.
1.06066.
Yeah.
And then 3 divided by 3.
Are we allowed to use calculator or example?
Exam 4 will have calculator. I mean, 1 hour, 15 minutes. How can I split 1 hour, 15 minutes?
Like 5 questions, 5 questions.
5, I can do that.
5 questions.
Go ahead, Ellen, how much?
Decimal 1.7320.
1.7?
1.73.
3205. So we have 1.06066 minus 1.73205 divided by 5. So you subtract and you get the result. It will be negative something.
0.134.
0.134.
2.78.
Okay. So most likely they will ask you to take 2 or 3 places. So it will be negative 0.134. So if you have a calculator, then you use decimal. If you don't have a calculator, the number they're going to give you will be smaller, something that is doable without calculator. Like the next one, try this. Find the average rate of change of this function on the interval from 1 to 4. This means it's on the interval from 1 to 4. So find the average rate of change. And these are also final exam topic.
All right, so how do you do it?
Hmm?
How do you do it?
I did the same exact question on the left page.
Oh, also like
Average rate of change means what?
oh,
Of what? Slope of the secant line. So it's your slope formula.
so so you plug in 1, 2, 3, or 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Why do you have to plug in 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, 1, 2, or 3, or 4.
You're looking at the interval from 1 to 4.
Or 1.
So what you're finding?
Yeah, 4. So Y2 is half of 4.
Good job.
You plug in into the equation. All right. So,
We have to find your Y2, find your Y1, and then average rate of change.
right?
So this is non-calculator part, so you have to do anything
Wait,
reducible.
if you plug it into X, it's a negative outside of C, so inside.
Inside the parentheses.
Inside?
Oh, 1 to 4. No, there is no negative. What is the negative?
Oh, the negative x to the power 3.
Or this negative is a multiplication, so it's negative times x cubed.
Oh, so that.
Who is done? Done? Pedro? Done? So what do you have? Now tell me from the beginning. So what do you get from 4? And how much is that? And then this one, -1 plus 7 plus 1. This one is easy, you can cancel positive -7. So your slope is what? Negative what on the top?
Oh.
Which is -14. Do all of you have the same answer? You do? Good job. So remember, average rate of change means y2 minus y1 formula. Now we have instantaneous rate of change. What does instantaneous rate of change mean? Derivative. So it says, find the instantaneous rate of change of the volume of a cube with respect to a side length of x. What it is asking us? Find the instantaneous rate of change of the volume of a cube. Derivative of what?
Oh, is it the formula?
They didn't give you any formula, right? So what formula you have to use? What formula, Jenny? What did you say?
Formula.
Cube and which formula?
Is it 8 to the power 3?
No, what they're asking for, what cube have many things, right? Cube have side and other things. So which formula you have to use for the cube? Volume of a cube. They didn't give us any formula at all, but they told us volume of a cube. So what is the volume of a cube? Length times width times height, and cube has all three sides same, and they are saying our side is x. Is it 3x? It's x times x times x, x cubed. No, it's 3x.
No, like first time, bro. The first time. Yo, wallahi, I said like.
So our volume is x cubed. And now what is the instantaneous rate of the volume? Derivative of the volume. So what is derivative of the v? dv, and we are changing respect to time. They didn't say it here, but how else it can change? So its derivative is changing respect to. Actually, they didn't tell us that it's changing respect to time. It says volume of the cube is respect to the side of the length. So dv dx. Find the derivative of the volume of a cube respect to that side length x. So they're telling us it's respect to what? It's respect to x. So derivative of the v is dv respect to x means dx. What's the derivative of x cubed?
Yes.
3x squared, and we are doing it respect to x. So dx over dx. Previously it was dx over dt, and now it's dx over dx, so they cancel out. That's why they didn't give us any information about derivative of the side. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. They didn't give us anything else. So dv dx equals 3x squared.
Wait.
Which unit? 1.7, 2.7.
Wait, why is this easier than the 2.10? Oh.
Actually, we started it in last class. Before that, we talked about money. Cost. No, you were absent. So it was on Tuesday. We talked about derivative of the cost function, derivative of the revenue function, derivative of profit function. And now this is the other thing. Okay, now it says find all the values of t for which the instantaneous rate of change of the function is 0. For which the instantaneous rate of change means what? Derivative. So derivative of the function is 0. Derivative of the function is 0. This is the information they are telling us. Find all the values of t for which the derivative of the function is 0. So what do you have to find? So how do you find the derivative? So x prime of t equals 2t minus 7. And what do we do with this derivative? So that equals 0. And then it says find all t. So how do you solve for t? Plus 7, plus 7. So 2t is 7. Divide by 2. T is 7/2, which is 3.5.
We got put in the decimal.
It depends on the multiple choice. If you see decimal, then you do decimal. But if you see the non multiple choice option, then either one is fine. Any question on the last question? Okay, the next one. If the position of a particle S as a function of time t is given by S of t equals 5t squared minus 9 whole thing square, what's the velocity for t equals 12? So they gave us the position function. But they're asking for velocity. What's the velocity? Derivative. If you see average velocity means the slope, y2 minus y1. But if you only see the word velocity, it's the derivative of the position. So they gave us the position, velocity, its derivative. So who knows how to find the derivative of this? Chain rule, good job. So Jawad, what's the derivative? Now tell me from outer layer. 2 comes down. Power is 1. And then you multiply by the 10t. In other words, we multiply 2 and 10, we get 20t, 5t squared minus 9 is our velocity. But now what is they asking for? They're asking for what's the velocity when your time is 12. So 20 times 12, 5 times 12 squared minus 9. All the numbers are big, so most likely it will be in the calculator section. What is 20 times 12? What is 2 times 12? 24. Then what is 20 times 12? 240. And then we have 5 times 12 square. What is 12 square? 144. And now you just have to multiply 144 times 5. 620. I'm trusting you. So we have 240 times 720. Okay. 720 minus 9. Oh man, it's a big number. Did we do something wrong? Here the answer says 120, but there is no way the answer is 120. It's wrong. So did you do something wrong? If the position of a particle is this, what's the velocity? So velocity is a derivative of the position. So 2 comes down, 2 minus 1, the inside stays same, multiply by 10t. So we get 20t and this. T is 12 means we have 420 times that. Yeah, there is no way the answer is 140. Wow. So what's the final answer?
140.
The answer is wrong, 140. How much is the final answer? Say the number. 170640.
Wait, are you even supposed to multiply the 2 times 10t?
2 times 10t is 20t.
Are you even supposed to multiply that?
Of course. What is 2 times 3 times 4? It's 2 times 4 times 3, right? So I did the same thing. 2 times that times the middle. Okay, let me see what my solution says. Huh? Hi, not hi.
No, use AI.
Oh, AI? Oh, I have my previous work. Let me see my previous notes. 1.2.7. Okay. Have it. 140 looks wrong. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So I have to check. Let me highlight this. So I have to check later. Oh. Okay, the next question. If the position is this, what's the value of t when the velocity is 0? Try the next one. The position is given and it's asking what's the t when the velocity is 0. So what's the velocity? What's the velocity in terms of position derivative? So position.
Was that available?
Position, huh?
Was that right?
I erased my ink, so there is a solution in my notes.
Use the AI.
I have to check it later.
But can I use the AI?
Go ahead, no problem.
Alright.
The position is t cubed plus 6t squared minus 17.3 plus 3. The velocity is the position's derivative. So what's the derivative here? And it says, what's the t when velocity is 0? So velocity is 0 means what? What do you have to do? Set this equals 0. So it's a calculator question. Calculator. So does anybody have any calculator? Okay, so which calculator is it?
Yeah.
89? Okay. So do you know how to enter this in your calculator? You click solve, enter this, and then your variable should be t, comma t. And if you are using TA84, your hope is graph. You're going to graph this 17, negative 17 here. Okay. So you're going to have a parabola like this. So you have -5 whole number? Whole number 5, there's no decimal?
Yeah.
And this is 1. -5 and 1? No, -5 and 1 cannot be the answer. One of them is negative true. 1.10, 1.109. 1.9. Say it slowly. 1 point what? 1091. Okay, that's fine. -5 point something, right? -5.106. So t equals -5.106 and 1.1091. Do we accept both t?
That one's right. It's 5.109.
109. Okay. We're not going to accept that anyway. Do you accept both solutions?
Yeah.
Only positive. Why? Time cannot be negative. So we have to disregard the negative solution. So the only solution we accept is t equals 1.109. Okay. So if you use TI-84, you have to use graph, find out your x-intercepts, and then the positive x-intercept is the solution. But if you use TA89, you click on solve, enter your equation, comma, your variable t, and then calculator solve it for you. Okay? Any question? Okay, then the last question in this section. The position of a particle is given by this. The position is S of t, 3t squared minus 2t plus 4. And this time they're asking for average velocity. What is average velocity? Only velocity is the derivative. What is average velocity? Rate of change. So it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Average, the word, anytime you see the word average, it means it's the slope, y2 minus y1. The slope of a line, slope of the secant line.
Wait, James, what was that derivative?
Slope of the tangent line.
Oh.
Is the derivative. Average rate of change is the slope of the secant line.
Oh. Also been secant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So the difference between tangent and secant is that if you have a graph, secant line goes through 2 points. This is secant line. But tangent line, it goes through only 1 point.
Oh.
Tangent line. So derivative is the slope of the tangent line. But the average rate of change, average velocity, anytime you see the word average, is the slope of this tangent line. So it goes through 2 points. So to find the slope, we need to use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the question is, what is our y2? Or before that, what is our x2? X2 will tell you what is y2. What is our x2?
3.
3. So that tells us our y2. What is our y2? No.
3.
No. How do you know it's 5? What did you do? So it's 3 times 3 squared minus 2 times 3 plus 4. You need to solve y1 and y2. So this is 27 minus 6 plus 4. How much is this? 25. So what is our x1? 1. So that tells us our y1. 3 times 1 squared minus 2 times 1 plus 4. 3 minus 2 plus 4, 5. Okay. So you come back here and write down this information. What minus what? Divided by 3 minus 1. So what over what? 20 over 2, which is 11. How did you get 22? Oh.
Yeah.
So in this section, 1.7, not 1. 2.7, there are 2 things. One is money issue. So for money, you need to know derivative of the cost, profit, revenue. And then the second part is the distance. Average velocity or normal velocity. If you have just velocity or instantaneous velocity, it's or rate of change, not rate of change. Instantaneous velocity or only velocity is the derivative. If you have average velocity or rate of change, it's the normal slope function. Okay. So read the questions carefully, and then based on what is given and what they're asking, you have to use one of these scenarios. Any question on any of these? Okay. Now, save. Instead of starting 1.3, I'm going to go over a few questions from the exam.
We went over with
Tutors? I'll go over only few, not all of them. Did you go over all the entire exam?
Most of it.
Most of it? Okay, so the question I found mostly wrong is this one. Almost nobody was able to do it, almost. Okay? And I don't understand why. Even my best students in this class, they also didn't get it.
No, I almost got it. I just did 9 minus 35 wrong.
See, almost. So almost nobody got it.
Dude,
Almost.
Yo, you could give me that credit.
Why should I give you credit for something wrong?
Yo, I put negative 27 over 9 instead of negative 26.
See? So is this correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are these two numbers right?
Yeah. Come on now.
Okay. So I was expecting for you to sign up your exam. I was expecting for you to use the product rule. And I thought if you know the product rule, you can do any of the product scenario. But I forgot. You guys had dumb on fraction.
Oh, wait, is that 9?
And I was like,
wait, is that number?
How could you forget that you don't know the fraction?
Right. You got number 9, right?
You didn't do this one. This one is for other people. For you guys, I give you this one, right? The fraction one.
Oh, number 10. Oh.
Okay, so fraction. If you don't know fraction, please go back to your fraction rules.
There's so much.
Make sure you know how to add, multiply, divide fraction. Okay. So F and G. Let's see, the first one is F. So we have x to the third plus 7x to the 1/3.
Wait, isn't we taking this?
So it's derivative. Whatever power you have, you bring it down and you subtract 1. So 2/3 x to the, let me do the subtraction here. 2/3 minus 1. When you subtract a whole number, especially 1 from a fraction, all you have to do is rewrite this fraction using the same denominator. We want the same denominator, so you multiply the denominator and numerator as well with that denominator. So it's basically 2 over 3 minus 3 over 3. So you get negative 1 over 3. So x to the negative 1 over 3. Plus, you have your 7, you bring down your 1/3. So 7 times 1/3, and you subtract 1 from 1/3. So x to the, now 1/3 minus 1. Again, this 1 you can rewrite as 3 over 3. Why? Because we want to have the same denominator. So it's 1 minus 3, which is negative 2 over the same denominator 3. So this is negative 2/3. Now, when you multiply, we only multiply the fraction, the top part of the fraction, because below 7 we have the invisible 1. So the denominator multiplies together, numerator multiplies together. So we get 2/3 x to the 1/3 on the denominator because it's the negative power plus 7/3 x to the 2/3 on the denominator next to the 3. 3 is already on the denominator and so is our x because of the negative power. So this is our f prime. Now for g. Our g is x to the 5/4 plus x to the 3/4. So we do the same thing. The 5/4 comes down and then we subtract 1 from here. So 5/4 x to the 5/4 minus 1. But how do we rewrite 1 this time? 4/4. It's 4 because our denominator is 4. So in the numerator we have 5 minus 4, which is 1/4. So this numerator is, this power is 1/4. In the second one, we bring power down, power minus 1. So 3/4 x to the 3/4 minus 1, but 1 is 4/4. This time is 3 minus 4, which is -1/4. -1/4. So negative has to go on the denominator. So you rewrite 5/4 x to the 1/4. X to the 1/4 will stay on the numerator plus 3/4 x to the 1/4. So the first one will not go down because its power is already positive. But the second one will go on the denominator because of the negative power. And now once you have this, all you have to do is use the formula f prime g plus g prime f. You didn't have to simplify anything because all of these are weird numbers, fractions. So as long as you have that multiplication, you would have gotten the correct, all the points. So f prime 2/3 x to the 1/3 plus 7/3 x to the 2/3. Your g is x to the 5/4 plus x to the 3/4 plus your g prime 5/4 x to the 1/4 plus 3/4 x to the 1/4. Your f x to the 2/3 plus 7 x to the 1/3. That's all you needed to do. That's the answer. Did it tell you to plug in 1? Or was it only f of x? Was it a prime of 1? Okay. So if it's asking for you for 1, then your life is easy. Why? This is 1. 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 1 to the anything is 1. So all these weird things you see, they turn into 1. So what do you get? 2 over 3 plus 7 over 3. This is 7. 7 over 3 times 1 plus 1 plus 5 over 4 plus 3 over 4 and then 1 plus 7. So what do we have? 2 plus 7. What is 2 plus 7? So we have 9 over 3 and 1 plus 1, 2. And then we have 5 over 4 plus 3 over 4, 8 over 4, and then 1 plus 7, 8. And now this is easy, right? What is 9 over 3? So we have 3 times 2, 8 over 4, 2 times 8. So 6 plus 16, 22. And that's why they give you 1. Because for 1, all this hard work you did, you didn't have to do any more hard work. All these things turn into 1. And your life becomes easier. So that is one of the questions most people got wrong. The second question most people got wrong can I move? Hayden, are you done? The next question most people got wrong. Is these two. I mean, you guys had this one. So for both of them, the trick was the definition of the derivative. The definition of the derivative, that's f prime of x is limit h goes to infinity x plus h squared minus f of x divided by h. So all you have to do is connect the definition of the derivative with whatever is given to you. Specifically, observe this versus that, or this versus that. That's all you have to do to start your question. So if you connect these two, you know your f of x is 9x to the 1/3. And here, they're telling us our x is 8. So you don't need x equals 8 information now. First, you need to know what is f of x. Why? Because you need to know, based on your f of x, what's the derivative of your f of x. So what's the derivative? You keep your 9, 1/3 comes down, and then 1/3 minus 1. So 1/3 minus 1. So this is 3 over 3. You get negative 2 over 3. So this is negative 2/3. 3 goes to 9 3 times. So this simply becomes 3 on the numerator and then cube root of x squared on the denominator. This thing. The denominator is the radical and the numerator is the whole number power. And now they're telling us, hey, substitute your x with 8. Which 3? Huh? So we cancel 3 on the denominator with 9. We get 3 on the numerator. So this is our numerator 3 from the constant, from the coefficient. Now from here, we have 2 third power. 2 is a square, and third on the denominator means it's radical 3. It's cube root of 3. So you apply x with 8. So you get 3 divided by cube root of 8 square. What is cube root of 8? Huh? 2. So what is 2 square? So your answer should be 3/4. Ah, 3/4. On the other hand, if you had the first question, did I?
So we went over it yesterday.
So did you do it after the?
No, I didn't. That's what I had.
You sure?
Yeah,
You're going to take the retake anyway, right?
yeah.
So
So that mean I got a 60? Can I
Mhm.
pass? All of them.
No, yo, what is? Yo, I'm higher than you.
Bro, we got the same thing.
No,
I got a 60.
yo, I would've gotten it at 70.
Well, you didn't.
I
You
because
didn't get a 70.
I hate it.
okay, guys. If you have the first ever question,
Yo, he's late, baby.
exactly, that would be easy. All you have to do is connect your f of x with this, so you already know your f of x is 5x to the 4th.
It's the same.
So the next step is they're asking what's the derivative. This is what it means. 20x cubed, and you are done. Not negative. The negative is in the definition. So f of x is whatever you have after the negative sign here. Mhm.
No, if we know the rules, then agree.
The only difference is this one has fraction power.
And the X is a. You have like
You have to substitute.
I-
Okay, so that was the second question. And then the next question, most of you got wrong, is this one. And you got this one wrong for many weird reasons,
This is pretty hard.
really.
No, but why not do it?
So you have 2 ways of doing it. Either the quotient rule or the chain rule. So some people started chain rule, but they forgot it's a chain rule. So they forgot to multiply by the derivative of the inside. Some people started with quotient rule, and then they forgot that 0 times anything is 0. So in my opinion, it's easier with chain rule if you know your chain rule. So you can rewrite this with negative power. G of x to the negative 2 power. That means to take the derivative, you bring the power down and then power minus 1. So you have negative 2 g of x, negative 3, and then you have to multiply by the derivative of the inside. So times g prime of x. And then you substitute x with 1. So you get negative 2 g of 1 cube, and then g prime at 1. And they gave you all the information. G of 1 is 2, so you have 2 cube times negative 3. So you get positive 6/8, which is 3/4. And if you use quotient rule, is supposed to get the same result. It's a quotient. For quotient, we have f of x equals 1 over g of x whole thing squared. So your numerator is f and its denominator is g. So your f prime, what's the derivative of 1?
So
0. And for g prime, chain rule again. 2 comes down, g of x, and then multiplied by the derivative of the inside, g prime of x. The f prime g minus g prime f divided by g squared.
it's gonna be the same question.
It's
Just different number. Like every question is gonna be the same.
including the, I might switch them around, like the extra credit you see may not be the extra credit, maybe the original one. So from the entire exam, including extra credit and the original exam, study all of them. I'm going to give 11 of those questions. So the 11th question may not be the 11th question in your exam. Maybe I will include the extra credit as the 11th question.
Come on.
Homework, yeah.
Wait, are you gonna give like more bonus for them? Come on now.
You're talking about in the exam?
Yeah,
I'll think about it.
like the same 5.
And then you apply all of this here. Upload. I do not have time to grade them. I still didn't grade your old ones.
Come on now.
Sorry. I have to grade your exam.
Come on.
The makeup exam. Do you think I'm debt free?
Good.
I wish, but I cannot. I cannot accept your
Go ahead
help.
and get TA. Give me a TA. I'm like the best TA.
But you won't get paid.
Oh no. I don't want to get paid.
Okay, so remember, tomorrow we are going to do 2.3, which is a little bit harder.
Wait, what? Why are we going back like 2.10 and 2.3?
So first we started with derivative. So we did all the derivative things. And now we are going to do something completely different. It's limits and continuity. The last and most people think the hardest sections of all.
I think the one. I bent down with.
You get like a lower score on you just like super score it, or do you just choose which number is the highest?
Highest one.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever is the highest one, you're going to edit that.
We all did that. I got a 60 on paper. We had a item. On paper,